So guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Wesley. This is my first video on this channel. I've wanted to make a channel like this for a long time, and I never had. I'm just on a little walk here on a Saturday in my neighborhood, and I just wanted to kind of introduce myself, who I am, what I do. So like I said, my name's Wesley. I am from Holland, born and raised. I'm 22 years old, and I moved to the United States here now, what is it, like 9-10 months ago. Won't go too deep into that on how that happened, but what all matters is, and what I want this channel to be based around, is my business, or business in general. So unlike some of these channels, I am not just starting out, okay? I've been in business for about 3 years, maybe a little bit longer, but it's not always been as consistent, right? And that's really, why I'm starting it now, is because finally now I'm in a position where I'm in a good environment. I know what to do. I'm not a pussy anymore, because that plays a big role in how much you win or don't win in business, essentially. And you might be wondering, well, what do you do? Is it SMMA or something like that? So that's how it started. So I started a company, a marketing agency focused around generating leads and stuff for car dealerships. And then quickly I was like, yeah, I don't want this. So then I moved into the solar space, right? And then we started to do solar marketing. And then that was 2 years of trial and error, subpar results, trying to keep it going, some field partnerships here and there, just also making the wrong decisions. And I was working with a call center for a long time that I was just sending money blindly to and saying, yeah, I trust you, just do what you got to do. And it was just fucking up my results, right? It was fucking up my potential and also my growth. And I was kind of in a situation with my ex going through like a survival mode. So it was keeping me alive, but it wasn't what I wanted. And so this year I was like, okay, all of the bullshit that I've had has passed, and I got to step up as a guy. I'm a fucking grown man, I'm not a pussy, I'm not a bitch, and I got to do what I got to do. So I decided to take everything into my own hands and have full control, and to start my own call center. So that's what we do. We have our own call center that we're actively building. It's going really well. I'm super excited for it. When you get that gut feeling, when you know something's going right and it's just going up, that's what I have right now. So I'm super excited. Now, keep in mind, that also means that I'm working basically every day, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m., but that's fine, right? I've cut out all the crap, and that's what I'm doing. So, yeah, I just really want to take you guys on like a ride along as I go, provide value where I see fit. Obviously, just because I'm not a millionaire yet doesn't mean that I haven't learned a lot that I can share with people that are starting out, because, it's not easy, right? They always say if it was easy, everyone would be doing it. And so it's not easy, but it is very rewarding, and you can make it a lot easier. But, that's also what I wanted to touch on in this video. Because if you're just starting out right now, it goes in phases, right? Like phase one is like the excitement phase. You're like, oh my God, you see something and you're like, oh, this is going to happen overnight. No, it's not, right? I know how it feels to close your first deal. I know how it feels to get that money. I'm not saying I've never made a lot of money. I definitely have. But you got to find something or put something in place, whether it's a system or a product service that is going to be able to provide you that long term, not just these one hit, one pump chump, one trick pony, one hit wonders type of thing, right? So the first year is probably going to be a lot in business about just becoming less naive, right? I was used to sales in Holland, but not the way it's conducted here in the United States. So I had to learn all that, be not naive. Somebody says, well, I got to think about it. Instead of thinking, oh, great, yeah, take your time. No, it's not going to happen. You're not going to close that deal. You got to be less naive. And then, as you go, you keep learning. Year two is where I could have already made it somewhat, I don't want to say big, but like where you're working towards that. And then, yeah. That's just how it is. And then now in year three for me, you just start to get these, you're in the right place, right time, right moments where everything lines up. You've built up your network, obviously, considerately, and that's going to pay off huge. Your network, man, it's something that, is going to pay off a lot. But then probably on top of that, because you can have the network, you can have all the connections and plugs, all that kind of stuff. Aside from the network, another thing that you probably have to focus 80% of your time on is this, because it's all between your fucking ears. I have been, when I was living in Holland, that was a typical scenario of like, your product of your environment, right? My monthly bills are maybe like $1,000, maybe, yeah, something like that. So I was like, well, if I make $3 grand a month, I'm fine. You know, I'm saving money, I'm making money. It's like, you know, you get very comfortable. So moving to the U.S., leaving your family behind, going to a different country that you have never lived before. Now you got bills, right? Now you got to push yourself, and that makes you a, you know, way better person. So have to do that, and definitely don't regret that. And but then still, everything is between your ears. If you can't think it, you can't do it. If you can't dream it, it's just like, you know, there's no point. So you got to be able to think big. I'm not saying that, you know, you need to think, oh, I need a, you know, $1 billion yacht, I need this, you know, like you got to, you know, think and envision the things that you actually want, right? So what type of person are you? Like, I'm the type of person that I don't care for a big yacht, you know, I just don't care for it, right? That's not like, I'm not also not a big party guy. Just don't enjoy it. Genuinely, I just don't enjoy it. You know, it's not like I don't like women. I just, you know, maybe not in that environment because I know how they are. So you got to find that out for yourself, and then think about something that would be, I guess, your dream, right? Or something that you actually want. You know, do you want to fucking fly a helicopter? Great, good for you. You know, if you can think it, you can do it. In my case, you know, I want a $2 million house, right? $2.5 million house. That's more than enough. What am I going to do with all these rooms, right? I like muscle cars. I don't like supercars that much, you know. But for example, still, I want an R8, you know, something like that. So keep it within your own realm of, you know, what you like. Make it your dream, you know. Don't make it everyone else's dream. Don't be so basic like that, right? Don't just, you know, want certain, you know, brand clothes just because you think, oh, it's cool, or oh, because other people have it. Because frankly, I don't give a fuck about what I buy for clothes. Look at what I'm wearing right now, right? Not very special or anything, right? So that's the biggest thing I can give you, is it's all between your ears, right? And really focus on that. You know, don't think of money as a scarce thing, because it really is not. And that's how I was too. I was like, every time my business made money, it was going directly into my pocket, and I was holding on to it like that was the last dollar I'd ever earn. And if you think like that, mentally, that's also how your results are going to be. You're not going to have many opportunities coming in suddenly. You're not going to have many sales, all that kind of stuff, right? So it's very important that you realize that, and it's not going to go from one day to the other, but you have to realize that. So now my mindset is more like, you know, we're going to get customers every day. For example, yesterday we did $7,000 in one day, right? Which is pretty insane, but it doesn't surprise me anymore, because I don't have the same relationship with money as I used to have. You know, it's not scarce anymore. Like, I get that money in, but it's not going into my pocket, right? I happily spend. I have to pay my agents from it. I have to pay the costs that, you know, go along with having a call center. I have to buy data from it. I have to do this and that. And then at the end of the day, if there's $3 grand left for me, great. But I'm not putting that in my pocket or spending it right away, because it's just not the smart thing to do. I'm putting it back into the business. So I use that $3 grand, for example, to spend on ads to acquire new clients, right? We're number one on Google, which is great. But that doesn't mean that it's always going to be as consistent as it was, you know, that one day where you got 5 calls booked, for example. No, sometimes you get 0, and so you can't rely on that. So you got to have also multiple sources of traffic coming in, and that's really what you got to focus on. So it's all between your ears. Change your relationship with money if you have a bad one like I did. And yeah, that's it. So again, welcome to my channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I will be putting, you know, a ton more content out there as we go. And you know, if you have any questions, anything, ask it. I will get back to you. I will make a video about it, something along the lines of that. And I will keep you guys posted on the progress and what we're doing. And anyways, I'm super excited for it. And yeah, hope to see you guys in the next video.